There we go. There's the end of the theme tune, as they call it. How you doing, Scott?
I'm doing good, Anthony. How are you tonight?
I'm very well. Another beautiful day here in Victoria.
Oh, yes.
Trees. The buds are on the trees. They're all coming out.
Oh,
Cherry
really?
blossom being out. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful place.
Nice.
It really is. I flew up to a place called Qualicum Beach about 3 or 4 years ago with my accountant. She's a pilot. And Jen and I flew up, and you just don't realize how staggeringly beautiful Vancouver Island is, and all the water straight, and you can see the mountains, 3 different mountain ranges. It's beautiful. And then we went up to a place called Tai Nimara, which is about 2 hours north, and had a weekend up there 2 weekends ago, and just gorgeous. A lot of massive beaches. Oh, it's a beautiful place. So yeah, It's a lovely place to be. It's different than just about any place else in the world. It's lovely. You'll have to come visit.
I'm dying to come visit.
Get to hear the speakers.
Yeah, I need to get out of this country for a little.
No. Hey, happy! I told you there was going to be a happy ending, and it was the plan from the start. So everyone's happy. everyone's good. As they said today, it was the plan from the start. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's first of all get up. Fabulous Jim. Hey, Jim. How you doing?
Hi.
Good evening, Jim.
Good evening.
And Clara just got home and went straight to bed at 1 a.m. there.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
She's working all day. And you're a good lady. She's off to Italy for 2 weeks.
Yeah, she's off to Rome on Saturday. She's on location for this feature film in Rome and some Italy as well.
Isn't that wonderful?
So yeah.
And you're not going, but you're going to rainy Wales for a vacation.
Well, I'm going to spend Easter with my friends in Wales, my godchildren, and all the rest of it that goes with it.
What part of Wales?
Monmouth, and well, I get the train to Hereford. I get picked up, then we go to Monmouth, which is in Wales, and yeah,
beautiful. I love Wales. Absolutely love it.
It's gorgeous. It's the Golden Valley is just one of the most beautiful places in the world. I mean, it's just fantastic.
Talking of travel, hey Jack, how are you?
Oh,
Jack is in the wilds of the United States West Country. Oh. Can you hear me, Jack?
There he is.
He's moving. Can you hear me? No, poor Jack. Let me just show you where Jack is.
I don't know if you could hear me, but my internet here. If you saw where I am, you'd be amazed that anything even is around. If this gets crazy, I'll get cut off from the gallery.
That's okay. That's okay. But just to show where Jack is right now, that's Jack's balcony. Okay.
Oh, I don't.
And Jack is.
No, I think maybe I ought to be in a peanut gallery today.
What a
shame. Internet here is.
It's pretty funky. Yeah, it's pretty funky. Anyway, that's where Jack is. That's Monument Valley. They filmed all the John Wayne films, and he's out there on a photographic shoot, and with some of his students. So basically, what happened was, Jack was good for the first half hour in the pre-show, and then it started hanging and stuff. So I don't know.
We'll see.
I just got rid of my.
Well.
I know. There we go. Okay, let me just remove the stage. There we go. So Jack, okay, Jack, I'm going to put you down. If you wanted, I'll leave it up to you. But we love Jack. Jack never misses the show. So if you want to go into the peanut gallery and ask questions there, I know he doesn't have any records to show today because, of course, he's in Monument Valley. So we're going to miss you, Jack. I've got you down below, and if I see you moving and the Wi-Fi picks up, we'll get you back up. Okay, simple as that. So we got a pretty light show tonight. Angie is in Axpona.
Oh.
So all the guys, I've had quite a few inquiries how to get on the show. So when I put the link up, which I probably put up a little bit earlier tonight, please come up. Well, lots of records. Just come up and hang out. Come and chat and stuff. We'd like to get 90 minutes in. I'm not sure we'll go that long tonight because, Jan says, come on, Joey. Anyway, Let me start with usual because Andrew gets a question early. Jim, can you read that, please?
Oh God, it's very small. Why is it so small? Okay. Morning from autumn in Canberra. Have a great show, team. Question to Jim. I enjoyed your article in Audiophilia. Could you expand on Gunter Van's qualities as a conductor beyond his longevity? Thanks. Well, the reason I wrote that article was that I was comparing Vance to other conductors like Schuricht and Konvichny and all those sort of people. And I realized actually most of them were born within a 20-year period, either just before the end of the 19th century or just in the beginning of the 20th. And yet they all have a very different oral footprint. You know, the different record companies that they were signed to treated them in very different ways. And the thing with Vant was he was relatively unknown. He was in obscurity in Cologne, I think, for years, running the opera and the Gerzenich orchestra and stuff, and kept a very low profile. And then all of a sudden in the 70s, he started making these recordings of Bruckner symphonies and things with the Cologne Radio Symphony, and they're pretty amazing performances. That he gets playing out of those orchestras that is way beyond what a lot of them you would traditionally associate with, because he was always involved with the radio orchestras like North German Radio, Cologne, and but his performances are full of vigor and sort of energy. And I listened to his Brahms First Symphony the other day, and I would say it's on a par with nearly everybody. It's on a par with Levine's Chicago Symphony recordings that he made in the 70s. It's certainly on a par. The orchestral playing is probably slightly heavier than you get in other performances, because he really is a Germanic conductor, but his performances are fabulous. His Bruckner is wonderful. I wouldn't go as far as to say he's quite as good as Schuricht in Bruckner 8/9, but he's he's certainly up there. And of course he then recorded with the Berlin Philharmonic at the end of his life, and sort of some people debate whether the sort of more polished playing of the Berlin Philharmonic is any more appealing than the slightly more edgy playing of the Cologne and the North German Radio. But that's what I think about Vance, and his recordings for RCA have a great sense of space. They gave him a very good sound stage to work from, and they sound, on my system anyway, they sound really good. And so that's why I sort of wrote that thing about Vance. But Konvichny, again, wonderful conductor. Died in 1961, really relatively locked in behind the Iron Curtain in Leipzig. Right. But hey, the Leipzig Gewandhaus Orchestra is fantastic. So they're just really good conductors, and you can still get secondhand LPs and you can stream them. I checked on the two major streaming services this week. You can get virtually all the Vamp stuff, and you can get most of the Schuricht stuff and the Konvichny stuff as well. So go on there and explore them and see what you think.
Fabulous, Jim. That was a great question from Andrew. Always great question.
Yeah, great.
Hey,
I hope you saw them, Andrew. Yeah.
Look who's here, Jack. Jack, are you on?
We're in one of the most remote places in America, and Anthony, if this craps out again, I'll join the peanut gallery. I don't want to disrupt the flow here.
No, you won't disrupt. You're a charter member, but that's where Jack is right now.
You'll be okay now. So
that's Jack's view.
And that's right 2 feet from my on the left side of me here. I wanted to tell you all, but it's too bright out there. But we're in Monument Valley, which is in the Four Corners, where Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico all come together. And we're on the Navajo reservation, and I've got a group coming in.
Really? Oh, beautiful.
Everybody's Navajo here. They're great people.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And you're with
This is my 24th time here.
Wow.
Just for the photography, eh? Amazing.
So I've been
Fantastic.
whistling the Grand Canyon Suite all day.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which version?
My version.
Oh, you have
Half
recording
a tone sharp.
it? That's right. I love
You know,
that.
we actually saw wild burros today come driving up here,
Oh man.
and wild horses. You could tell a wild horse because the tail almost hits the ground. It's pretty amazing to see.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep.
And Joey says, "Hi, Andrew from Oz. Hope you are well. It's the best night of the week. Everything classic." Yes, Joey. Thank you. And Joey says, "Thank you to Sky for the recommendation, the double bass concerto."
Billy
Fabulous.
the Kid for sure.
Joey. Now here's an interesting one. Scott, maybe you can address this. Record Store Day is Saturday. Any classical want list? Does classical come up at all? No.
I don't think so.
Zero.
I've seen jazz. You know, Lev.
It's jazz mostly.
Lev,
Well,
you know.
and pop. Yeah. I have a few jazz releases they sent me from Resonance Records, but
Did you listen to them?
a little bit of each. There's a Mingus, there's a Kenny Dorham, and one other one. I forget.
The Freddie Hubbard's real good.
The Freddie Hubbard. That's it. Yeah.
No. So there's a couple of recommendations for you. Okay.
I wish they did classical. That would be wonderful, but
Well,
it's not going to happen.
well, I know, Scott, you were thinking of doing an auction, and
Yeah.
there's an app called Whatnot, which I've gone. Mike from the In-Groove uses it.
Yeah.
I remember Mike was on there, and I said, Mike, are you going to do a classical auction? He just rolled his eyes. That's how bad it is. I mean, it's of course he could do one because he has an amazing collection.
Yeah.
But he says no. So, but anyway, I know that you're thinking about doing an auction, and I'll be happy to co-host it with you.
Oh,
And-
that'd be great.
Yeah, because it's nice to have two, three people,
Yeah.
and Jack could come along, and you'd have the Audiophilia nearly 7,000 now. You got nearly 11 or 12,000 for you, isn't it?
Yeah. Almost 12.
12, amazing. So that's 19,000 between us. We get a few people to the
Yeah.
auction,
A
and
buck
what
a piece, 99p.
it's so yeah, yeah, right. But those double 45s mint sealed. I don't think so. But all I know is that it's very simple and very slick. It's called
Okay.
Whatnot.
Yeah.
Download the app and have a look.
Okay.
Really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. See, I'm thinking about you all the time when you're not around. Tony Smith. I think Tony contacted me about coming up. I think I'm not sure. Good evening, everyone. Does anyone on the panel listen to Martha Argerich? I never seem to hear much about her. I think she's very good. Oh my goodness, Tony, you need to go to some other places. I mean, she's a goddess. She's beloved. She's 83, playing Prokofiev third piano concerto at a very high level. She's amazing. So yeah, I mean, we've all seen her. I've got a record here I'm going to recommend tonight for her, and she's probably the most popular pianist in the world. I mean, her shows. I mean, she cancels all the time. She's 83, right? She had cancer, all sorts of things. So she's allowed to cancel, and she does. But when you go there, if you ever go to a Martha Argerich concert, and she's hanging out afterwards, and they're signing records, I mean, it's a bit like Maria Callas, right? We talked about the love and affection they have for her, and it's the same for Martha. I mean, she's a goddess. Try and Tony, on YouTube, there's a video of her when she's young, and she's married to Charles Dutoit, the conductor, and their children living in France. It's lovely. She's an amazing woman, amazing, and one of the greatest pianists.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I went to hear her at the festival hall some years ago with Daniel Barenboim and the Berlin Staatskapelle, and she did Beethoven's third concerto, and then afterwards, her and Barenboim did a Mozart sonata for two pianos as an encore. I mean, I don't think we're ever going to likely to hear that again.
Yeah, that's right.
Some of these things are history. You go to these concerts, you witness a bit of history, really.
Yeah.
What I find fascinating about Barenboim and Argerich is I know we have Myra Hess. I know Myra Hess in England, and I know we had and Benjamin Grove is a new guy and great and Hollis. But Argentina has Barenboim and Argerich and Nelson Freire.
And Arau. I know he's Chilean, isn't he?
He's Chilean, yeah.
Yeah.
But even that, those countries have those artists, and we have Myra Hess, no doubt about it, great. But that's and Curzon, those two. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know you love. I don't like his playing that much. You love him. What's his name? Solomon.
Well, I like Solomon. Unfortunately, most of his recordings are in mono, and the sound of the piano just sadly doesn't. I'm sure if you had a really good stereo EMI studio recording, he'd knock socks off people. But the sound of the piano in those days was just not quite, what it is.
He's also beloved in England. I'm not a fan of his playing, but I mean,
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of great people who are greater musicians than I who just absolutely adore him. Jim,
well, it's Brendel as well. I mean, Brendel incurs the same feelings. Half the people love him, and half the people don't care for him.
Yeah,
really.
in Trinity, it was like the Pellini school, and and Brendel never got a look in it, and they used to call him Brendel, which is totally it's not fair because he's a great pianist.
Yeah.
And Chris says, "Good evening, everyone. Ready for a wonderland of 99p LPs."
Oh yeah, well I've got a couple lined up for you. Yeah.
Couple of crackers.
Couple of crackers. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey Scott. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Nice to see you, Scott. I see.
Hi, Scott.
See Scott on Facebook. So always nice to see him.
Yeah.
Oh, I went way past. What am I doing here? So I'm going to go through some comments here. Ivan, Music Man. Ivan, are you the fellow from Norway that goes on Rachel's show? I'm not sure. If you are, welcome, Ivan. Very, very nice man. Joey? Yeah, I never find poor Jack's gone on sabbatical again. I never find I never find Martha Argerich records. He'll always full price. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit thumbs up for the music. Thanks, Ivan. And Joey, of course, saying hi to everybody. Scott and Chris and Derek, but no Leanne yet. Well, that's the as they say, Joey. The night is young. The night is young. Okay. Oh, this Joey says hi, Jan. Jan says hi, Joey. And then can you read that one, Jim?
Oh, fabulous job on the article, James. Bravo. Well, thank you, Joey. It's very kind of you.
Very nice.
And Scott says hi, Joey. Okay. Hi, Mark. I enjoy the original Source series. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that tonight. Excuse me. James, a great friend from Columbus. Evening, everybody. Jack, you lucky man. Always finding scenic spot in nature. Lighting is amazing in Monument Valley. Yes, poor Jack. He's in and out. He might be showing up in the peanut gallery. And beautiful Jack. Armin says Billy the Kid. Yeah. Chris, Scott, you might know this one. Could you read that, please?
Have any of you experienced Schulte's von Suppe overtures on Decca from 1959 with Vienna? Incredibly exciting. Fly up out of your chair performances. Yeah, for sure. I have it in some pressing. I don't have an original, but it is an exciting performance.
A Prussian bandmaster. That's what Van Suppe. He wrote that. Not what's that, Jan? Jan thinks because of my singing, we're going to get a strike on John. Not with my singing, Dad. Not with my singing. If Jim sang something, maybe not mine. Anyway, so that's Light Cavalry. Another one. You must have played some of these, Jim. I played Poet and Peasant.
Poet and Peasant, yeah. Light Cavalry. Zampa.
Zampa, yeah.
Yeah, they're great overtures. I mean, you know, he was
They
more
are.
than a band. He was more than a bandmaster. He was a composer. I mean, like Cavalry, that fast section after the opening is really difficult for the fiddles. Really, it goes by the like the wind. So
Yeah.
yes, Chris, enjoy that. Yeah, fly up out of your chair performances. You got that right. New Pharaoh Sanders issue, Izzy Posan will be coming out. Pharaoh Sanders is the sax player, isn't he? Yeah. On Strata East. And Tony is it. Hi, hello, gentlemen. Hey, Tony. Tonight's the night to come up. We have lots of room, lots of time, lots of records. Peter said, I enjoyed Mike's auction. Yeah, Mike does a great auction. But I wish he would do some classical, but he just like he said, he just rolled his eyes. He wasn't being snarky or anything. He's just like, really, it's not worth my time. They're a pain in the ass, right? But I think our Scott could change all that.
Maybe, yeah.
Can you read that one, Scott?
Yes. Jack's comment about his location just made me wonder, has there ever been any nationally or internationally recognized Native American classical players or conductors? That I don't know.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think John Kimura Parker, I think there's some native, some indigenous lineage in him, I think. And excuse me, there was a very famous Indian conductor. I remember his name. Just give me a sec, because I think this is an important question.
Yeah.
Indigenous conductor. He didn't have a big career, but he had a career.
Well, Enrique Batis died last week, and he was Mexican, wasn't he? Was he?
Mexican.
I don't know what his lineage is. Is it purely, Spanish Mexican or whatever?
There he is, guys. That's for you. Who asked that great question? Oh, Scott. John Kim Bell was North America's first indigenous conductor.
Ah.
Yeah, John Kim Bell. Yeah, so he had a bit of a career. Yeah, great question. And I think some more in players, but not conductors. A little bit, maybe a step. Getting into the conducting game is challenging.
I'd be surprised if Mercury didn't record a couple of the more popular titles.
Yeah.
From I don't know. I know they had really focused on American composers, but I've never researched.
Indigenous and I think maybe indigenous composers would be more. They'd be more plentiful. I don't know any. And James says, back to the other question about Argerich. Hoping to see Argerich at Carnegie in 2027 with Van Gogh, Beethoven styles. Please don't cancel. Yeah. I say it's about 50-50, Jim. Yeah, but you're right, Peter. Yeah. Enjoyed Mike's auction. Mike does a great auction, and some whatnot. It's really a very slick program app. Scott might know this.
Have anyone heard of Crystal Records? They are a classical label from the 70s to the 90s. Picked up a large amount of LPs at a thrift store for $1 each. Some of them sound spectacular. Big, deep soundstage. No.
Yeah, I've heard quite a few of them. I think they used a lot of Western groups, I think, if I recall correctly. Yeah, Crystal Records, they were around exactly the 70s to the 90s. Great. And yeah, Tony, that's right. Thanks for the invite. I'll come on when I'm not working Wednesday nights. Well, come on anyway. Just go take a break, go to the break room, start up, tell everybody to be quiet. Ivan, sunny side above the Arctic Circle. I'm not sure what that means, but it's maybe to Ivan, the music man. Mark says, first of all, thank you for the great questions, guys, because like I said, we've been on, we've got another hour to go, and we've got quite a few things to show, but it's nice to get so many great questions. Ingroove Mike has really nice deals on classical and store. Yes, he does. He told me no one buys them locally in Phoenix. I picked up around 10 EMIs last time I was there. Good prices. Oh, isn't that great, Mark? Not seen any Crystal Records that I can recall. Where are they press located? I don't know. I think it's West Coast, I think. Oh, okay. True Stereo. Hi, is True Stereo new, guys?
I've seen him before here.
On here?
Yeah.
Welcome back, True Stereo. Nice to see you again. They're from LA originally, and then Washington. They have a website that's not been updated in years, unless the company in Camas, Washington. Thanks, True Stereo. And here he is. Okay, folks, I'm officially in the Macadamia Nut Gallery. Not enough bandwidth here for camera and mic. Oh, well, we're going to miss you, Jack. I know Jack is heading back tomorrow. It's a 24-hour drive. They drove through snowstorms on Route 66 to get there with his student. And yeah, he's heading back tomorrow. So he'll be there. The guy just never misses. I mean, he's on the road. You saw the photograph where he is. Anyway, Jack, I'm glad you can actually listen. And of course, comment as much as you like. Scott says, Jack, thanks for rubbing elbows with us common nuts. Yeah, take a break for a second, guys. Just add this to the stage. Just talk about what's coming up. So no guest this week or next week, but the following week, we have Andy Finden, who is the first call London flute, the National Symphony Orchestra in London, principal flute, the Michael Nyman Band. He's an amazing guy, funny as hell, great player. We did a couple of years together 40 years ago in London. We were in the Young Musicians Symphony Orchestra, which is very much like, what's the orchestra you see in Miami, Scott? What's it called?
The New World Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah, it's very much like London's New World Symphony.
Yeah.
Conducted by some really fine musicians. And then on May the 7th, have a look at that. That's a new listing. Jim, can you explain who that is?
Yeah, well, that's my friend Sandra Parr, who's the repertoire and orchestra director for the Royal Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra. I've known her nearly 50 years now. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that. But she's a lovely lady, and she was recently honoured by the Association of British Orchestras for her outstanding achievements with the Royal Liverpool, and her work in general on behalf of British orchestras. And she's been in Liverpool all the way through, everybody from Sir Charles Groves all the way through to Domingo Hindoyan, David Atherton, everybody. And she's a very, very knowledgeable, very interesting lady in the British orchestral scene. So I think, should have some enjoyable questions, I think.
Well, that'll be great,
Yeah.
Jim. You'll lead the interview, and
Okay.
the Peanut Gallery will have lots of things to say. That's great. So and then we have other people coming up, of course. And by the way, I got lovely messages about and from Jay Marsh, the flute player, the wild flute. And she said I was honored to be on. She loved the interaction with the panel and with the Peanut Gallery. She absolutely loved it. And she loves your comments and your lovely comments about her playing and the whole vibe, as they say. So she really appreciated that. Everyone who's been on sends me lovely notes, so that's great. Anyway, so now let's just move on a little bit and go through the slides. So that's where Jack is. So Jack's isn't that Monument Valley? Isn't that amazing? Isn't that it's gorgeous? Okay, Scott, do you want to talk about that, please?
Yes. That's the thumbnail for the video for my review of the Katie Lang Ingenue One Step. It coincided with a review for Audiophilia, so there's a written review that's a little bit more embellished, but I fell in love with this. I thought it was just wonderful. A few issues getting to the sound because it had some pressing issues, mostly just not clean, and it really needed like 3 or 4 cleanings to get it up to speed. But I've heard reports from other people that they're getting absolutely clean copies, and most people are loving it. If you have remarked on sibilance, I didn't find it at all.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
great. So yeah, I know. I sent you a little note, both of you and Jim, because you published music reviews this week. And do you see where you're being read? Moscow, Maryland, California. Jim was being read in Naples, and that.
Naples, yeah.
It's just lovely to see. with the back end of our program for Audiophile, you can see, exactly where people are.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. So there you go. That's up now. You can watch that on the Pressing Matters on Scott's channel, and you can read his beautiful review at Audiophilia. And you can also read. We already talked about it. Jim's article about what did you call it, Jim? It's very very good title.
Oh, Striding the 20th Century.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's those two. And now, this is what's coming up. And by all means, gentlemen, comment, and people in the peanut gallery, please comment. These are the new 4, the original source. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the previous 4 in a minute. It's a nice collection. Starting from right to left, we have the Polonaises by Chopin, by Paulini. That'll be wonderful. His Chopin is first class. And the last one. So that might be a purchase. Excuse me. Then Abada's very famous Mahler 2. I think it's with Chicago. It's very famous, but there's a million Mahler 2s out, right? So then there's Quatuor pour la fin du temps. Does anyone know what that means?
No.
Quartet for the end of time. Written for 4 players in a concentration camp.
Oh.
And it's a staggering piece of music. It's about 65, 70 minutes. It's it's for clarinet, violin, viola, and piano. Sorry, violin, cello, and piano. And it's gorgeous, but it's very, very slow, very religious. And do you remember Sandy Topless, Jim? Remember Sandy? Yeah, they did it at Trinity at the lunchtime concert. My mom was visiting.
Right.
My mom just recently passed away. She was 94. She had a great life. But I said, Mom, you want to come to this concert? She went, okay. And she really wasn't a classical music fan. She was okay. My father kind of brainwashed her a little bit because he was a classical musician. So I took her to Quatuor pour la fin du temps. I explained to her what it was, and it was 75 minutes, and it's dirge-like, slow, messiaen, like, very slow chords. And I'm turning pages. Next thing, my mother, like, her eyes are glazing over, like, literally, get me the hell out of here, It was a very good performance. But anyway, you might want to stream, if you're thinking about buying that on Jim, MG, our friend, if you're thinking about buying that on for $100, stream it first. I love it, but he does a violin and piano solo, and the end a cello solo. I saw very, very religious imagery and titles. But it's, and then of course, it's I think you might enjoy it, Scott. I think that's a good performance. That's Barenboim and people from the Orchestre Paris. And then of course we have Abada's famous Lieutenant Quiget with Chicago. It's very good. But the kicker on this, and it was on it was a filler on his Miraculous Mandarin with the LSO. It's his Scythian Suite by Prokofiev, which is dynamite.
Yeah.
I don't know it's Quiget. I mean, he's up against Reiner. Get it. It's over. Reiner wins. Even unheard. Reiner wins. But I'm telling you, his Scythian Suite. If you want to know what the Scythian Suite sounds like, who's that movie that came out at Christmas time? Nakatomi Plaza. And the guy falls out at the end. Oh God! Do you remember the name? The guy that's not well right now, famous. Anyway, when the guy falls out of the tower at the end, Michael Kamen, the composer, rips off Scythian Suite, like just rips it off, like just copies it out. There's my score, director. Anyway, see if you can find it, Jan. Bruce Willis is the star. Yeah. Anyone know the name of the movie? Christmas. Yeah, Bruce Willis. It's going to drive me crazy.
I can't.
Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis movies. Well, he's done about 5,000 movies, of course. Die Hard. Thank you, Anthony.
Oh.
Yeah. So Nakatomi Plaza. I gave you enough hints, everyone. Nakatomi Plaza.
Should have known.
So when he goes out, the famous English actor, when he goes out at the end and he's shooting as he goes down, Michael Caine just rips off the Sydney Suite. Anyway, long story. But anyway, out of those four, I might go for the Polini. Probably I won't go for any of them. But now this one I am going to go for. This is out. It hasn't come to Amazon Canada.ca yet. When it does, I will order it. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to order it. Well, we got the thumbs up from Jim MG, who did some really, he ordered it and he said it sounds wonderful. So that's great. Because some of the Boston Symphony was the Mav Last, the Smetana was a bit boomy. The Symphony Fantastique was great. But this recording, so I've been listening to it for about 2 weeks now. You know, when you put your music on Apple Music on your Mac and you're typing away and you're just listening. And it's a magnificent performance. It is some of the playing on this recording, the horns on that, when they have their big tune in the slow movement, it's mesmerizing. The playing is so good.
I don't think you mentioned the title.
The Winter Dreams, Tchaikovsky Symphony No. 1.
Okay, it's a little hard to see.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
Winter Dreams, Tchaikovsky Symphony No. 1, which is a great symphony. Jim, have you ever played Winter Dreams?
No.
No, me neither. It's a beautiful flute part in it. It's gorgeous. But anyway, that I think is a must. I'm going to get it. I'm going to review it for Audiophilia. I'm going to invest the $70, whatever it is. And the thing about if it's bad pressing, which sometimes they are, I can just send it back. So, which I don't like to do. But so there's that. 82 CDs. That's not just Boulez the composer, the conductor as well. Okay, and I think that's going to be, that's going to sell out. I'll probably print 5,000. It'll be sell out. Then it'll be $800 on Amazon. So if you're a Boulez fan and you're a CD fan, I think you can buy that. Enjoy it. Not sure how much it is. Probably about $250, but it's 82 CDs.
Should be wonderful.
I put this one up just to talk a little bit about Charlie, whatever it is. I can't see because this is in the way. Charlie loves something. Anyway, it's the Symphony of London. It's the rehash of the film orchestra, the session orchestra with John Wilson that Andy Finn has played in. So it'll be interesting to talk about that. And the John Wilson Orchestra. Do you know the John Wilson Orchestra gang? He's really good. He does. So and Andy's played principal in that, and I think he's played in the Symphony of London. So that's brand new. I'm sure it'll sound amazing. Chandos. I put that up there because we mentioned him last week, and Jim Tim, is it Ridout? You say Ridout?
Ridout, yeah.
Timothy Ridout. Basically graduated from the Royal Academy and is a knockout violist. And on Harmonia Mundi, can't go wrong. Now, this has been ordered for me by Angie. So this is coming. So I will do a full review of that. And then I will compare it to, and that's the esoteric. So that's going to be wonderful. We know that. And then I'm going to compare it to this. The analog phonic, which is really wonderful. I haven't got around to I've been very tardy with my videos, and I've got to do an analog phonic video. But that is, I think I got the last, I think Ryan said I got the last copy.
I think you did. I went and looked for it right after you mentioned it.
Usually it's me getting screwed. I'm glad somebody else. Anyway, that's really, if you can find it, highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Don't go on Discogs. It's $1,000. Not this one, the original Decca and London.
Oh, yeah.
Very expensive.
Wow.
Very, very expensive.
$1,000.
Yeah, a lot of money. So there's that. And then, so this is a piece that Carl is reviewing right now. We just published the streamer, which is, I think it's $7,000 US. It's very expensive. But I've heard the streamer, it's knockout. And I said to Hans Luhmann, who's the owner and designer in Seattle, I said, Hans, that streaming, I'm not a streaming guy, but that's a knockout sound. Did you try to get a DAC with it? He said, yeah. It's our model, whatever DAC is. So I said, how much of the stream? He said, about $7,000. I think it was 5,000 then. I said, how much of the DAC? He said, $35,000.
Oh,
So yeah,
no.
yeah. So that's it.
Really?
Yeah, 35 grand. And between you and me, I think the casework is hideous.
Mm,
Not my cup of tea.
no.
I understand. When you see it by itself and just the front with the lighting, it's gorgeous. But I think whoever took that photograph, and that's the company photograph, there's too much reflection, and it's it's all swirls on top. But and it's like a basic TFT screen. It's to me, I've seen a lot better as far as design is concerned. But sound, it's I can tell you, Carl's enjoying it. But the streamer got a star, Audiophile Star Component Award. He absolutely loves it. And that's the homework for next time, guys. We have time to do building a library tonight, which is César Franck Symphony, Monteur. That's the famous Chicago one. Jim, I played it. Have you played it?
Yeah.
You ever conducted it?
No, but it's interesting that Monteur was actually present at the world premiere of that in Paris.
That's right.
Which was I don't know what year it was premiered, 1891 or something. So I think he was about 14, wasn't he, at the time?
Yeah, and that's the one. And Gounod, who was a big wig in Paris at the time, and really looked down on César Franck. And
yeah,
yeah, good. That's for next week, Scott.
That's in my stack tonight. I'll put it for next week.
You can show it tonight. And Monteur's and who did I just mention? The composer, the famous composer. Who was the big wig?
Gounod.
Gounod. Yeah, Gounod. And Gounod said to him, "What an odd symphony! How can you have a cor anglais in a symphony? Because they're dee da dee dee dum dee da dee dee dum." Sorry, flat on the top note there. Forgive me. And it's a gorgeous cor anglais solo. But if I remember one note, they said if he'd have been quick, César Franck, he said, the Philosopher's Symphony by Haydn, not one but two cor anglais in it. So it's interesting. But there's a lot of snobbery around the Paris Conservatoire. But the symphony is getting its second wind. It's a fantastic symphony. So we'll talk about that next week or the week after. But maybe next week we'll have time because we don't have a guest.
It's such a shame that César Franck got run over by a bus coming out of the Paris Conservatoire about 3 months after that symphony was premiered, and that was the end of him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I found that out the other day. Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's terrible. Okay, guys, let's go back to a few questions. Okay. That's back to the Crystal Records. Chris says he has the Crystal Records Virgil Fox organ disc, direct to disc. Really? Direct to disc?
I think that's different. I think that's crystal clear.
Check that out, Chris. We're not sure.
Crystal
the Oracle
clear.
has spoken. So, well, the label Oracle is Scott.
I could be wrong, but
Paul is a violinist friend from Salzburg.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Yeah, the Paré, anything by Paré. He's the guy. He's severely underrated.
Poor Reiner's version doesn't get any love. Did you know he did one?
No, I didn't even know he did one. And hey, Sky, how are you? Good to see you. Hope you can come up later. Good evening, all. Streaming recommendation this week: Borodin Quartet, 2010. Borodin, Stravinsky, and Miaskovsky album. Do you know what they can say about Miaskovsky? Music to drive tractors by. Scott says, thanks, Anthony. Good to know. You're very welcome. Tech Rider says, I remember that to be Crystal Clear Records. They may have done direct to disc. Where to go? Scott's been corroborated.
Yeah. That's the first thing that came to my mind when I saw Crystal, but yeah, I knew they weren't around that long.
And Chris decided that Parai recording on channel SACD, great stuff. And True Stereo found 50 LP like new of Crystal LPs. Chris, I think the director of this crystals are another company. That's right. Yeah, that's it, Crystal Clear. And Armin, hey Armin, how are you doing? Be good to see you again soon. I think Bernie Grumman worked with Crystal Records.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's it. Crystal recorded the LA String Quartet for one instance. Yes, Peter, that's what I was thinking about West Coast. Hey, Eric. Angie's in Chicago at Exponent, so you can't go to this. Maybe this is a good time to go to the store. Arnold, who works for her, is a lovely gentleman. Say Arnold. Angie told me you have to give that turntable to audition, and then he'll pack it up for you. Scott says, at Tony, if Ryan can join the show from his car, then you can join from the break room at work. Yeah, Ryan's in his car. Ryan sounds like he's very grovelly. So I know. And so we're going to try and get his sound organized. But I'd rather have Ryan grovelly than no Ryan, if you know what I mean. We love Ryan. And True Story says, yes, lots of horn instruments from the West Coast. If you try and that's what I think some flute guys did it, like Sheridan Stokes, who was the #1 call in LA for flute for many years. And Jack say, I wouldn't miss for anything. I know. Benefits of peanut gold. I keep my AC on. It's nice and warm here. And True says, don't need to catch the show live. Well, we're glad to have you. And Scott says, hats off to Anthony and the panel for lining up some great guests for future shows. There's a very interesting little bit of drama. If you go to Norman Lebrecht's site, Nicholas Van Pucker is a brilliant Dutch pianist. Brilliant. And he was doing a concert at the Concertgebouw, a solo recital playing the Appassionata Sonata. It's a fantastic piece. And I've got Nicholas doing it on a directed disc. I mean, the guy's amazing. He's coming on. It's going to be 2 a.m. for him, but he's still going to come on. Great guy. He's just about to sit down in his tails. He looks very striking. Beautiful hall. Sits down. Someone in the audience yells, Maestro, the lighting's really bad. I can't read what you're playing. Could you please tell us what you're playing and the movements in which you're going to be doing it and the addition that you're using, please? The audience were like, what the? And he stood up and explained it to her. Right in the middle of the show, I just oblivious to any kind of etiquette, but it's on Norman Lebrecht's site, so have a look. And the video's on there too. It's okay. I'm going to leave that now. I'm going to go to Jim first and show some records. I'm going to put up the link while they're talking, and then by all means come on up. Okay, so solo Jim first, and then to the great Scott.
Okay, well, we'll start off with Mendelssohn Scottish Symphony, Berlin Philharmonic, Herbert von Karajan, and again, virtually brand new, 99p, but it's not the washing line ones, but it's and that's a fine performance. And then we go to the Hungarian quartet playing the Opus 133 Beethoven.
The Hungarian's fantastic.
It's great. And again, it's one of these beautiful dark HMV labels. Again, hardly ever been played. There's no scratch on it. I think it's probably been played once. I shall look forward to playing that many times. And also, we were talking just before, Levine. I remember in the 70s buying the Levine Chicago Symphony, Brahms symphonies. This is his Mahler 1, again RCA. It's
how's the playing?
It's good. It's very good. I mean, I think he was at the height of his game when he was recording these, and I think the Chicago Symphony was probably at the height of their fame, really, with Schulte and then a very interesting LP. It's Pierre Monteux, London Symphony Orchestra, and it's on Ace of Diamonds, Decca Ace of Diamonds.
That's a great recording.
Beautiful. Prélude de l'après-midi, Nocturnes, Rhapsody Espagnole, Pavane pour un enfant défunt. Again, it's a virtually brand new record. I don't think it's even been played this because I can't even find a single scratch on the spindle holes for it. And then we've got we've got David Oistrakh. Oh no, sorry, Jascha Heifetz playing the Frank and Strauss violin sonatas, and it's CBS again. It's lovely condition LP. It's got maybe one scratch mark on it, one on the spindle. I mean, and then finally, I've got Oistrakh playing the Sibelius with Eugene Ormandy and the Philadelphia.
How does that sound?
They sound okay. The problem with the CBS is that they actually can be a little noisy, can't they? They're noisy pressings, and that's a shame because. But I mean, it's Oistrakh. I mean, his playing is superb. And then finally, as we're talking about Sibelius, I found this in a shop. Sibelius 1, Stokowski, and the symphony, the Orchestra Sinfonica. I don't know what the Orchestra Sinfonica is. I think it must be, maybe it's the Symphony of the Air or something. But it's one of these.
Because we're doing Sibelius 1 in a minute, so.
It's one of these really old RCA, really solid wax, plastic LPs. And again, hardly ever been played.
Amazing.
I don't know. I think this is mono, this one. But hey, I never heard Stokowski do Sibelius 1, so it'd be interesting.
Is that it? Fabulous.
That's it, I'm afraid, this week, yeah. But I have got an interesting CD collection.
Let me put you up. Hang on. Go ahead.
Okay, it came to me this week. It's 20 CDs. It's all American music, imaginary landscapes, sounds of America. And it contains things like Charles Ives songs sung by Marnie Nixon, accompanied by John McCabe, the composer.
It's amazing.
Recorded in the 1960s in London. And, there's also, there's the Ferdi Groffi Grand Canyon suites and all those things. But there's some absolutely amazing things. I mean, there's, let's see, there's Aaron Copland, Appalachian String, old American songs, like sort of the highlights. It seems to be the highlights of most. There's a Copland Symphony No. 3. And actually, interestingly enough,
who's playing that?
It's the Houston Symphony with Enrique Battis. It's Enrique Battis playing.
He just died. Like a snack or something. I'll give you some money.
Hey, there's something.
That's Ryan. That's Ryan talking to his kid.
Another very interesting one here is Elliott Carter. It's the violin concerto.
Who sent you that?
Concerto for orchestra.
Who sent you that?
I saw it cheap in a shop. It was like 15 quid for 20 CDs of the. It's brand new. It's never been. And I thought I'd never seen this before. So I'm going to do it. I'll do a more fuller review for the magazine. But it's all you American aficionados out there, it might be worth getting. I mean, the fact it's got EMI records, I think it might have been hanging around in a warehouse for a few years. And
Scott has a comment for you. Okay, James, is there a record store chain in the UK named 99p that carries all these great titles? That's right.
No, it's charity shops, Scott. That's the thing. Charity shops, and also a few of the big charities like Oxfam, they'll channel all their LPs and things into one or two different centers. And I mean, basically, go online and type in what sort of stuff is. I don't think they carry listings of all the LPs, but they'll carry listings of which shops will have classical LPs and things that you can go and browse through. So
okay, we've got so many comments, and I thought we were going to have we're going to have too much time tonight. We're doing okay. We're going to just get to Scott in a second. Just going to say hello, I guess. Hey, let me just get Ryan unmute. Hey, Ryan, how are you?
Oh, great.
So Ryan, I got to ask you. You got a couple of comments this week about Ryan's gravelly voice, which is fine. I'd rather have gravelly Ryan than no Ryan. Trust me.
Uh-huh.
But I've got about 50,000 views of a cartridge video I did, and the first 2 minutes of it, I really screwed up the sound, and then there's 20 minutes of good sound, perfect. The comments I got about the gravelly, the 2 minutes of sound. I mean, they didn't even bother watching the rest of the video. Like, just hammered me, which I just delete immediately. I don't answer them because if they were critique, fine. But what are you using? What equipment are you using?
This is a Pixel phone.
Oh, I think Jack was using an iPhone. Scott, what are you using?
I'm using a new iPhone 16, but
Yeah.
I don't have a separate microphone on it.
I
for
know,
for
that's
the
what
live stream.
We're making the point. You see that, Ryan? Get rid of that Pixel. So now you can get an iPhone. The tariffs are off, so you're okay.
We're gonna be
Get one
making
while you-
the iPhone soon.
Yes.
They said we're gonna be doing the little screws and stuff.
That's right. They're gonna send you the circuit board. I know. So how you
Yeah.
doing, Ryan? Everyone well? Your family's well? Ryan, everybody well?
Oh, mine? Oh, yeah, everybody's well.
Good. It's
And
good to
the
see you.
trade winds are back and the fog's blowing away,
Oh,
so things are
good.
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 Yep.
That's right. Last week. And Armin, it's great to see you. How's life in LA? The fires are all gone. They're really starting to rebuild. Do you see, when you're driving around, do you see signs of rebuilding? And
I'm not really anywhere near near.
Oh, he's frozen. Oh God. But when you're that good looking, who cares, right? That's right. Maybe reboot. Anyway, I'm going to go to Scott while we fix our technical stuff. And okay, Scott, what do you have to show?
Well, two non-classical releases that are current and getting some attention. This is a new one from Impex, the Hurdy-Gurdy Man, Donovan. I thought this was a really cool choice for a title. I mean, Impex, they always have a little something up their sleeve, and this is a really offbeat title that from my first listen, I loved it. And this is getting a lot of press right now. I'll be doing a review, comparison review with the original. This is the 35th anniversary reissue, cut by Bernie Grunman. First time it's from an EQ copy tape that Bob Ludwig did. So original pressings were DMM digital, and this is the first time it's somewhat from analog. So I do have some thoughts on it, but I'm not going to reveal them yet. All right, so let's get to the classical. I'm not sure I've shown this before, but this is the original Soria.
Oh, look at that!
Mhm.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's really nice. The tight slipcase, but yeah, it's got a booklet in it, and it's the heavy cardstock with the inset artwork. Very pretty. Great record. And Anthony, I know you love this. This is the original Strauss waltzes.
One of the rare ones that did not really work on the analog productions. The original is absolutely fantastic.
On the classic, yeah.
Yeah, the opening on side one, as far as balance of orchestra is concerned, and the bass, and it's gorgeous, glorious.
It really is. It's surprising. I always was surprised to hear Reiner do that. That type of music.
Yeah, the analog productions one is good, but it's just a little bit overblown. It's not super hot like the Slavonic dances, the Martin, which is unlistenable. It's just kind of it's not coherent.
Mm-hmm.
It's loosey goosey.
Yeah, that sometimes happens with these reissues. This one is a living stereo you don't see very often.
Oh wow, Robert Russell Bennett.
Yeah.
Wow, that's rare.
It is. It's a more Layton. No, it's Peter Delheim and Louis Layton. So Louis Layton did the recording. It's beautiful and great shape. I love my art songs, and I do love these Leontine Price recitals. This is a great one. It's got songs by Fauré, Poulenc, Richard Strauss, and Wolf.
Oh, and look at that photograph of Leontine.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful?
Eric's looking forward to your Tracy Chapman review.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Joey says great records.
Just look at the condition of this.
That's gorgeous. Look how young Leontine Price was.
Yeah. And here's another one that's wonderful too.
Mm.
Oh, beautiful collection.
This comes in a matte jacket. Really pretty. You know, I went through several copies to get jackets like this.
I know you're a jacket guy. We know, but didn't one of your records just come with a ding in it?
Yeah, it did. And I got right on the phone.
Did you really?
With Rhino, and I raised hell, and they sent me a brand new copy.
Oh, good.
We don't hear much about this.
Yeah, I've got it. It's very, very good. It's not the best, but
No.
it's the unfinished is wonderful. But Symphony Number 5, I played many, many times. It's one of the most gloriously written symphonies of all time. It's Mozart size orchestra. Just gorgeous.
Yeah, this is a more Leighton shaded dog. Very nice.
Sky. We'll get back to your Sky. Yes, gorgeous.
And we talked about this a little earlier. I had it already pulled for show tonight.
Building a library. We're going to be building a library. As soon as we finish we're going to do building a library. Then we're going to get to our guests.
Yeah. And then some piano records. This is Appassionata.
Wow.
With Horowitz. So he didn't record very many stereo records for RCA. So that's kind of a treat.
You're in the dark there. Ed, we'll get the light on you in a second. You're very, very dark there.
And then
we'll come back to you.
Yeah, I don't know.
And this is a beauty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ding dong, ba-dum, bum, bing-a-dum, bing-a-dum. I love those. Yes, those are gorgeous.
I love his Chopin records. So here's a couple.
Yeah, I've got that. You know what? Mine is a Hollywood pressing.
Oh yeah. That's too bad.
And what do you have? 1S Indianapolis, you swine.
I know it's Indianapolis.
Oh, you bugger. Yeah, the Hollywood one
this
is not
is
good.
Still in Shrink. Another Appassionata.
That's such a tough piece.
Yeah. Not my favorite living stereo, though.
Hi, Sky. The credit cards are out. That's from Jack. Somebody else came up to you.
And this is.
Jim. Hey, Jim. How are you?
Yeah, good.
I got a couple of bluebacks here.
Oh, yeah.
That's Julius Katchen.
Yeah.
We did that, not consider number one when I was in high school. My father arranged it for band, and our friend named Rudy Wish played it, and it was like, he was in grade 11, and God, he played that concerto, like played the hell out of it. Pretty trashy music, but fun. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh,
that's a good one.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Oh, Munching, yeah. These are pretty rare, Scott. Beautiful.
Yeah, they are. You know, I used to just kind of go for the ones that I knew, the big ones, and these looked, the artwork's kind of weird, and it's just like, this is really kind of weird.
I have that. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
This comment, please, Scott. This is from Peter Purich, my friend, the violinist. You all know Peter from Montreal, the luthier and the brilliant violinist. That's right. Peter played under John Kimbell. Enjoyed very much the indigenous conductor. Very good conductor. Thanks, Peter. Thanks,
Thank
Pete.
you. Yeah. So I always kind of chuckle when I see the American artwork on some of these.
Yeah, that's hilarious. The playing is gorgeous.
It's a little silly. Yeah. Now this one is really a treasure in my collection. I love this.
Anytime you put a Ricci up, I think you're showing off, my friend.
Nah.
That's gorgeous.
Wait, I haven't gotten to Campoli yet.
Oh no. Well, yes, Mr. Campoli, we were friends.
Yeah. This is Mendelssohn.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember when I found this. Yeah, I remember where I found all of these. That's a beautiful cover too.
Oh yeah.
Lovely. Yeah,
Gorgeous.
that's great. and Peer Gynt.
Oh, I ordered that Peer. I ordered the Peer Gynt.
Argerich.
Yeah, the unicorn.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You let me
Good
know how
try,
you
yeah.
like it. It's nice to
Peter
have all
said-
the music.
Peter said Richie always looked taller than he was in pictures.
Beautiful.
that's the classic. These are amazing records, Scott.
One more. Operatic highlights for orchestra.
Yeah, he was Pierre again, but the Winnipeg Symphony, he was like this wunderkind when he was like 15 or 16. He didn't do much after the couple of recordings with the LSO, but good.
Yeah,
He did
that's
that.
it.
Okay, thank you. We have a lot of guests tonight. First
Yeah.
of all, we have our old stages, as they call them. But I'd like to say hi to Tony. Hi, Tony. Tony, you're awfully dark. Is there any light you can put on the front so we can see?
I'm in my car right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I apologize.
Have you met Ryan?
I've seen him.
Ryan's in Maui. Tony, where are you from?
I'm in Chicago.
Chicago.
Yes.
You getting ready to go to Expona?
I think I'm gonna go down there Sunday.
Well, you say hi to Angie in her room, the
Okay, I will.
and you
Yeah.
tell her that she was missed on the show and she cannot miss again. She's a very naughty girl.
Okay,
So that's
I
good.
will.
Tony, when you've been, come on up again and tell us all about it. What you liked, what you heard.
Okay,
even
I
things
will.
You didn't like.
Yes,
So you're from Chicago. What do you do in Chicago, Tony?
I work for the U.S. Postal Service.
Okay, good. So everyone's still good. Actually, it's Canada that was on strike. Canada Post. You guys are okay.
Yeah, I've been with the Postal Service about 34 years.
Great.
Really? Oh my goodness! Amazing.
Yeah. I apologize for the lighting. Yeah, I'm in my
Tony-
car and it's dark outside.
Scott says, "Welcome to the Airways, Tony." You know what, Tony? We're just happy to have you on. I'm so glad you come on. And if you get a chance to come on, when you're not in your car, show some records and that'd be great too. But we're happy to have you on.
I will. Yeah.
So
I communicate with Scott from time to time.
Scott,
I appreciate you, Scott.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's always good to hear from you.
And
I have. Thank you. Yeah, I have quite a few. Well, actually, I don't know how many classicals I have, but I would say maybe 200.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I find a chance to listen to everything,
You enjoy it?
I enjoy it. I enjoy Ormady, Rubinstein, Horowitz.
You're in the home of the great orchestra. I mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you ever hear them live?
No, I was.
That's you got it.
Yeah, I was probably before my time, or I was a little kid.
Even now, like at the Symphony Center, it's a lovely evening out. Take your significant other, go for a nice dinner on the Golden Mile. Go to this and go find a great conductor. Find some music that you know, recognize, and
I did get the. Sorry about that. I did get the opportunity to see Andre Watts years ago.
Fabulous player. Yeah, just died of cancer, I think. I think he just died. But anyway, yes, Tony. If you go see the Chicago Symphony, you'll never forget it. It's a great orchestra. It's much better than the one they have over in Cleveland. Okay, that's a second-rate orchestra. We're on London. We have the great London Symphony. You have the great Chicago Symphony, and the Concertgebouw. They're all about the same. And then down in the second rung is the old Cleveland. Now, Jim, just to your left is Jim, who's a big fan of the Cleveland Orchestra. We have people from all over. We have Sky, the Kansas City Symphony. Jim's hanging out. Jim's gonna go get a record. So, we'll just Ryan, how are you doing? How are you doing, my friend? What's going on? Ryan? Hello?
Ryan? Oh, hi. Oh, very good.
How you doing? You doing okay? What?
Yeah.
Matthew and Max say shots fired.
That's right. You did.
Another Cleveland native.
It's okay.
He's not smiling, Maestro.
It's okay.
Sure.
I can take it. I can take it.
Trust me, Jim gives it equal to what he gets. Trust me, you have no idea.
I was going to be nice tonight, but yeah.
Oh no, it doesn't change. Whatever you do. No, I'm just kidding. So Ryan, any records to show tonight? We have time for about 3 or 4 records from each of you guys.
Oh, sure. Listen to a lot of cello lately. This is a Hyperion Villalobos.
Wow.
Pleath Cello Octet.
Nice.
Yeah.
So with
Anthony Pleath,
Jill
William
Gomez.
Pleath, the Pleath brothers, they're famous Pleath brothers from London. Peter
So
Manning,
it's a Pleath Cello Octet, yeah.
Peter Manning, I wrote to. Peter Manning is a good friend of Tom Bowes, our friend who came on the show. Peter Manning's a great violinist. Wonderful.
How's that sound, Ryan?
The sound's very good. It is digital, but it does sound good. I like the first side better with the Bachianas Brasileiras #1, which is just string. I'm not that big a fan of Jill Gomez's singing, so unfortunately, this is not my favorite version of the #5 with the voice. Yeah, but very good record.
Jim, Peter Manning teaches strings at string orchestra at Trinity now.
Yeah, and well, of course, William Pleath taught Jacqueline Dupre the cello.
That's right.
Nice.
Oh, look at that.
20th century Duteo and Ludoslavsky with Rostropovich. This is premiere recordings for both of these cello concertos. Very, very modern.
Two fabulous composers.
both. Yeah.
Duteo is so underrated. I played a lot of his music. Ludoslavsky I also played a lot of his music. We got a piece called Livre pour Orchestra, book for orchestra by Ludoslavsky, and Trinity hired the parts after the LSO played them. The bass clarinet part, but John Stenhouse just wrote crap with the bass clarinet part, which is not true because Ludoslavsky's a great composer. But anyway, typical LSO hijinks.
So this is EMI posted staff. This one sounds really good.
Joy would love these. Joy.
Joey, we're gonna buy those.
We heard this. This is a cello concerto, Moran. This is a. I believe.
Can you hold it up a little bit? We can't see the title. Okay. Oh, yeah. Do you know I got his violin concerto? It's okay on Limited. It's not the same as the symphony. The symphony is a knockout.
Mm-hmm.
But the violin. What do you think of the cello concerto, Ryan?
The cellist is his wife, I believe, Piers Quagmore.
Yeah,
not the best cellist. I think she was a little older when they recorded this. It's not as interesting to me as the other cello concertos. And I have a couple of Shostakovich, the Rostropovich playing first, and Heinrich Schiff playing the first and second with Maxim Shostakovich.
He's very good. Okay, we're gonna just jump over to Armin for a second. Okay, and we've got a lot of people to see tonight. Okay,
real quick, because I think it was Tony who mentioned Martha Argerich. I got these recently. This is on analog phonic. Beethoven.
How is that?
I love them. They were originally digital, and this is the first time that they came out on vinyl. I love the way they sound.
Well, the analog phonic are all digital. Even if they're analog, they're still digital.
Okay.
There's a big digital step in there somewhere. So it doesn't really matter if they start digital. That's good. As long as they're nicely. You like them?
I like them. Yeah, they sound great. They are, at ML Berliner Studios. So yeah, they sound great. One more, since you said 3. This is my first and only ERC purchase, and I had to do it because I'm a big Marty fan.
Oh, I know.
Oh, you are.
Okay. Look, stop showing off.
I don't have the original to compare it to, but I'm glad I got it. It sounds amazing.
Is it good? ERC? How $500 then?
Something like that. I have to sell like a crate and a half to get it and to justify the purchase, but I'm happy about it.
You had to, because you didn't get it the first. You had to get it off Discogs, right?
No, I got it when it first came out.
Oh, cool. Well, that's good. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's wonderful, Armin. Too beautiful. Now I see the Poème de l'Extase behind you.
I got all 4 of them.
What do you think?
I like it. I've only listened to that one and and the Mahler, which I really liked as well.
Cool.
But to be honest, I haven't heard the originals of these to compare it to. But so far, any original source that I've gotten, I really like, except for I think it was Jack who also does not like the Peer Gynt. Here, I'll show you my favorite Peer Gynt because I do love the music of Peer Gynt. I have another copy of this, but I bought another one, and this one was sealed for like $20.
Oh, a Speedler. Oh, nice. How is that?
Yeah, this is amazing. I mean, I really love Peer Gynt. So I have the ORG of the London, and I have the original source that came out, and this is by far my favorite. This is my second copy. I definitely recommend this over the original source.
Yeah, that's a beauty.
Cool. Beautiful lineman.
Cisco before they became Impacts.
Armin.
I didn't know they were Cisco before Impacts took them over.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think
that's
they
right.
changed the name. I think.
Oh, cool. There's Tony. Tony's got the interior light on of his Rolls Royce. Very, very nice. Very nice, Tony. Very handsome fella. All the guys are good looking. And then, of course, there's Jim's hair, which is we always had. Okay, Jim. We're going to go Jim and then Sky. Building a library, guys. I'm sorry, we're going to have to go to next week. I thought we were going to be really have too much time tonight, but we don't. The records, Ryan's records, Armin's records, and Tony, come on when you get some records as well.
Okay, I will. Yeah, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to.
Come on up anytime, my friend.
Yeah.
Okay, here he is, the man from Columbus, Ohio. Okay, Cleveland Orchestra's.
I was going to show you a English chamber music, but I don't know.
I got that. I've got that.
You've got this?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I cleaned it up with my degritter last night and played it on the the MC4, and I'll tell you, it's a great record. And
it is very good.
The first piece, the Cyber or Mateus.
That's your Cyber, yeah, it's a good piece.
Yeah, that's it's in the, I'm not crazy about actually woodwind quintet music. I've played the Nielsen before and stuff like that. But,
have you not played the Arnold?
I played the Arnold. Yeah, I like Arnold, but but I'll tell you, I'm going to take this to Axpona just because of the, and I'll drive people out of the room probably, but because yeah, there you go. Because of that first piece, because the way the instruments are laid out, the depth and everything with the flute, and it's just incredible.
The players, it's the London Wing Quartet, right?
Right. Yeah.
Players, man, I'm not kidding.
Oh, they are great. Just real quick, I was going to show, you were talking about the quartet of the end of time.
Oh, there's Raised to Fire again, and William Pleath again.
Yeah.
I don't know that one. Is it good?
Yeah, it's real. It'd be better if it was on EMI, but
there's that very famous solo clarinet part. Is
right. I actually played that for my undergrad recital.
Did you really?
And yeah, and I had the stage guy shoot blue lights, but he forgot and he turned everything off, so I couldn't read the music. Everything was from memory. And, luckily not a lot of people knew the piece. So anyway, and then the other, these are the Crystal Clear or the Crystal.
Crystal, yeah.
Yeah.
John,
they do have stuff from, decent woodwind players like this guy from Cleveland.
Sean Mack. Genius.
These people from Cleveland.
Oh, Daniel Majeski. Oh, Steve. Yeah. Oh, they're all amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it for tonight. But thanks.
It's great.
Thank you.
When I played Jim played what was it you played for the chain music competition, Jim?
Dover Beach.
Yeah. And my ring quartet played the Arnold for Yehudi Menuhin. And you know what? Menuhin chose Jim first and Anthony second. I don't like, and he's still running. That guy is still running. That bloody Menuhin has he's tone deaf, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, Jim's.
That's how string players all stick together. You know how that is.
That's right. You got that right.
They do.
And last but not least today, and this fabulous guest is Sky. How you doing, Sky?
Very good. Thanks for having me again.
Are you kidding? You're all your family. I know that Jack says he has to get his credit card ready because actually I'd like to just address before we get to your records, but one question. Tech Writer said, where is the information that analog phonic label issues all have a digital mastering step? I thought only some are from digital recordings pressed on LP and analog originals are pure analog. Yes, so did we, but I'm not sure. I was supposed to do the video a month ago and I haven't done it. When we found out, I think it was from the horse's mouth from Emil Berlin, Rainer Maillard said in the Rostropovich one at least there's a digital step. So, and I think most. So it's just they can't get the original. They can't get the tapes. You know, it's a small South Korean company. Tech, I hope you're right. I hope I'm wrong. If you were right, I think, but it doesn't matter because I mean, Low Key and a lot of other guys have got these recordings, myself and other people, and said they're really good. So, by you know, read the social media reviews and see what you think. Okay, what you got to show us, Guy?
Something new, perhaps. It will be good if James and Zimlisky. So doing the string quartet number 2 LaSalle quartet.
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic. If you can get it, please get the box set because they're doing the all string quartets. It's LaSalle. It's just wonderful. I highly recommend it. Let's do the Amadeus string quartet doing the Brahms and Dvorak. And this is on.
Tulip, beautiful. And the red cartouche, even beautiful.
Yeah, since Ryan showed cello, so how about Sansa cello concerto?
Oh, Maria de la Paz, his wife. Jan Pascal's the son, and a bit of a conductor. His conducting is pretty. Yeah, but the violin playing is good.
And talk about another new one, Berkeley.
Yes, that's the one that I recommended.
Yeah.
We Jim and I played the London premiere of his revision of that symphony. Conduct with Barclay in the audience, and it was very nice. He also gave Jim and I out at the prize day.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, lovely man. Oh yeah,
David Oistrakh playing Mozart. This is for someone. If you're having a dinner, put this on, and I'm sure you'll have a good night. This is great. Yeah, it's Mozart violin concerto. It doesn't get any better. Maybe I'll bring that to Expo now.
Lovely. Well, guys, first of all, I want to apologize for the building library fans. Jack, especially for Sibelius. We'll do the Sibelius one next week. Jack, I'll put it on the rundown as the first thing that we do. There were CDs I wanted to get to tonight and show some records, but it's much more important that we allow our guests to have show their stuff. So first of all, I'd like to say thank you to the Peanut Gallery for really, man, incredible questions and comments and support for all the people showing records. And great questions like the Indigenous one, and then Pete watching and giving us, he's played under John Campbell. That's great. I love this community. It's just amazing. Next week again, no guests, so we'll have lots of time to do building a library, which will be first. Hopefully, there'll be technology so chat can show up, which is great. Scott says great records, gentlemen. And Tony was so nice to meet you. Thanks, Anthony. It was fun. I'm sorry for the bad. Don't apologize. I will appear with my collection under better circumstances. Have a great night, everyone. It was fabulous to have you, Tony.
Yeah.
And a special thanks to the Peanut Gallery for all these great questions, and for all our regulars. And it's just wonderful. So,
Jim,
Go ahead.
Jim, have you heard the? I know you mentioned about Gunther Wand, and I think Gunther Wand's Beethoven cycle is also one of my favorite Beethoven cycles.
Oh yeah.
It's really good.
His ninth is really good.
Really good.
His
Yeah.
Beethoven ninth, I think is with Berlin. He does some things in the last minute with the brass that I'd never heard before. I think the recordings from like 1970. It's amazing. So what's going on? We'll just do a little round robin before we say goodnight. I want to say, first of all, thank you to our regulars, Sky and Ryan and Jim and Am and Jim. Thank you for letting me tease you. I love it. It's the highlight of my week, and I love it when I get teased back as well. This is great.
Okay.
Scott, fantastic again, the best co-host in the business. We'll think about doing that auction. Scott's got some records to auction. Talk about getting your credit card ready. It'll be, and you might do it on Whatnot, which is very, very easy to buy and ship, and it goes around credit card. So and Scott's got some. I think I saw one other classical auction. I asked Mike Kinker to do it, and it was a lot of CBS and a lot of great performances from the CBS. You know, it wasn't
terribly
it wasn't
excited.
what Scott's going to be doing. Double 45's analog production sealed. You know.
Yeah, I
Tech
think that'll be interesting. For sure.
A+, so much talent and passion. Thank you, Tech. These guys are the best. So, anything happening this week? Anything special, Sky? Any concerts at the Kansas City Symphony?
No, tomorrow I'm heading to Expona, so I'll probably see Angie tomorrow.
Get you, and Jim's going too, aren't you, Jim?
Yep, I'll be there.
You
got my number, right?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
No. Thank you for reminding me, Sky. I couldn't find your email. I have Jim's, but you sent it to me, and I thought it would be under Beethoven record gift, but I couldn't find you. So, Jim, maybe if you
I'll just listen for the string quartet music down the hall.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, look, guys, have a great time at Expona. We want to hear all about it. Angie will be back next week, and I'm sure she'll be giving us a debrief. But it'd be nice to get some civilians' views on it. I know that Loki Teo may still be in the audience, and Loki keeps going on about getting a gold note, and someone else is trying to get a Lehman black cube or whatever the Lehman. And they're fine phono stages. But Jim, how are you enjoying the phono stage?
I love. Actually, my son has the gold note, and we've listened to both, and. Personally, I wouldn't even. I mean, he knows now too.
Gold note. Full disclosure. Gold Note about 20 years ago sent me a turntable. Jan and I could not put the damn thing together. The manual didn't work. It was just a disaster. New company now, and they make good products.
Yeah, it's very flexible. Yeah.
And of course, it's the internet loves them. Let me tell you something. The Phonoboss, get the moving magnet and get the MC4 Tim Parravicini SU. It'll set you 4K, a world class. It'll set you. So anyway, just Jim's recommendation, my recommendation, Loki, if you're still on. So Mark looks forward to Wednesday nights. Amazing show. Thanks, Eric. And like I said, it's fun to be in the peanut gallery. It's great to have you. Okay, guys, have a wonderful week. And for the people watching and people watching the rerun, welcome and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. And so just hang around for the after party. Have a great week, everybody. See you next week. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
And